The movie I had chosen for my Anatomy of a Scene project is House at the End of the Street. This is a horror movie that came out in 2012 and was directed by Mark Tonderai. The movie is based around a girl named Carrie Ann, who you can see in the shot right now. And when Carrie Ann was younger, she had been swinging on the swing set with her brother Ryan and had fallen off the swing and ended up hitting her head, suffering brain damage. This brain damage made her turn aggressive and ended up resulting in her killing her parents. Now, when the parents had died, the brother Ryan had started to take care of her. So, the house that Ryan lives in, he keeps Carrie Ann in the basement, locked away, so she can't escape from the house to try to go attack other people. At this time, a new girl named Alyssa had just moved in next door, and she had met Ryan and started to become friends with him. And in this scene, Carrie Ann escapes from the room that she is kept inside and starts to run towards Alyssa's house to try to attack her. Ryan looks out the window and sees that she is running straight towards Alyssa's house, and Ryan starts to run after her, trying to stop her from going to attack Alyssa. So here in just a second, the camera cuts from Carrie Ann and Ryan to Alyssa. And Alyssa's the main character in this movie, and it starts out with a close-up, a side shot of Alyssa's face. And right here, the camera is tracking her, and it stops right there, and you can see Carrie Ann running outside the window straight towards the house. The camera then goes back to Alyssa, and it's a tracking shot here with a motivated film technique, and it stays focused on Alyssa, but as she throws the blanket up, the camera then cranes downwards, and when it cranes downwards, it'll also start to track forward. Now, as it's tracking forward, you'll see Carrie Ann run right across the screen, and now it goes back to Alyssa. In this scene, it seems to be a steady cam that is following Alyssa around, and right there it cuts to the outside shot of her, and the camera then is craning upwards and goes over the house, and now it starts to crane down and it tilts downwards, and as it tilts downwards, you see Carrie Ann climbing up the stairs and then running across the deck. Now the camera tilts back up and shows a full shot of Alyssa. And it cuts inside, and right there you see that Alyssa hears a sound from outside, and the camera then focuses on her face and shows her reaction to it. The camera pans right and starts to focus in on the door and zooms in. And right here it goes to the over-the-shoulder shot of Alyssa. You can see that she is being cautious, opening the blinds here, see if there is anything outside where she heard the sound from. Now the camera cuts outside and then right back in over the shoulder. And as Alyssa walks out the door, the camera goes back to this front shot of her. Then the camera moves to a side shot of her face again, like we saw earlier. And right here, Alyssa's friend, who is inside the house, had ended up coming up behind her and scaring her, grabbing her shoulder. And as the two walk back inside the house, the camera cranes downwards. And when it cranes downwards, you can see under the deck that Ryan is holding on to Carrie Ann.